circle go? Good. Where's the oval go? Nice job. Where does the rectangle go? No, where's the rectangle go? Nice job. Amir, no, where does the square go? Square. Where does the heart go? Boo boom, boo boom. That's boo boom, boo boom. In this video, I'm going to give some tips and tricks on how to get your 1-year-old or younger or older, a toddler, to get into puzzles, complete a puzzle, and enjoy doing it. My son is 2 now, but he's been doing it for over a year, and I'm just going to show you the puzzles that I have and how to get started on them. So I'm going to start at this end of the table. So the 2 puzzles that I ever first bought was this one, and I got it for him when he was 6 months old. At 6 months, he's only learning how to sit, so I'm not expecting him to actually, you know, put the puzzle pieces in the puzzle. Purely, you know, it's just another form of toy that I just leave out for him and he can touch them. Beginning with this puzzle, I realized, like, first starting out, it was really hard for him to put these shapes in, like the square, the rectangle, and so on. So I really just focused on the circular shape, so like the oval and the circle. These are really easy shapes for a baby to start on because it's really easy to just push in. So he got these 2, you know, before he was 1, but he couldn't still get this one. One thing I did not want to do is put any pressure on him, like to complete a puzzle. When he would get this in, I would clap my hands and, you know, saying, you did it, you put the circle in and you put the oval in. I just want to make note that this puzzle is a lot easier for their hands to grip, like a 1-year-old, than these shapes. So I would recommend getting like these puzzles with the knobs first. Although my son perfected, like, his first puzzle that he actually completed was actually this puzzle. With this puzzle, I focused as well on the circle, so he would get the circle in first. Next was the pentagon and then the square. Like I said, I didn't want to pressure him in completing the puzzle, even though it's frustrating, like he's almost close, but then he gives up, kind of thing. So I would make sure I perfected the circle. Then after he perfected the circle, I would ask him to do the pentagon, and then so on until he completed that. And once he completed this, he completed like the square and rectangle. These were the 2 that I mostly focused on when he was 1 year old. We started on this. Like, this puzzle is very well loved. I have taken this puzzle out like every day for months, like 3 or 4 or 5 months until he got it, beginning when he was 1 year old. So I also started with the circle and the oval, which he got, and then I moved on to, I think it was the rectangle and the square and the heart, and then the triangle and the star, and the diamond was the longest that he could not get. It took many weeks for him to actually get it, because he would finish all of this, and then once he got to the diamond, that was the end. But I just remember, like, him finishing the whole thing. I was so proud of him, and he was so proud of himself. Yeah, this was a very big achievement for him. I'm going to show you the rest of the puzzles. These puzzles are so great for, you know, small hands to put in, and I would honestly recommend starting with this rather than this one or this one, because there's animals on it and it would engage a child a lot more. Similar to this one. This one is a barn one. Another one that is really great practice, these zoo animal shapes. You just slot them like that. They're very easy for a hand to hold. Yeah, so if I had to start over, it would be with these 2 puzzles and then with this one as well. Another puzzle, this is one I actually got recently for him, and it's the Melissa and Doug sound puzzles. Actually, a lot of these are Melissa and Doug, but basically if you lift them up, they have this magnetic thing that makes a sound when you put it back in. He still loves doing them. We would take it all apart, put it back together, and he would just keep doing these 3 puzzles over and over. And I wish I had gotten these puzzles when we were still learning puzzles, but still he loved puzzles even without those 3 sound puzzles. These puzzles I would recommend, so this one and this one, and also that insect one. I would recommend using it like to perfect their pincer grasp, but these are not the best. Like the images are cute and the knobs are perfect, but there's no matching image under it. So this really, I believe, is for older children to make out the shape rather than, you know, the matching image. So this is perfect for where he's at now, but since he did it when he was 1.5, he's already really good with these too. This one as well is also by shape. So I would call these puzzles like level 0, this one as well, and then I would call this like, this one is level 0. So on this table, this is level 0. That would be like level 1, and this would be level 2, this one, that one, and that one. A great use of puzzles is to match numbers and match letters as well. So obviously these are not as engaging, but my son could do this easily by matching the shapes, but I still have to instruct him like where to put it, because the shapes are not all unique. Like that he mixes up the 0 and 8 and the 9 and the 6, for example. And this one is great. This one I would call like level 4, I mean. They're really small, and so he has to really use his pincer grasp and put it in the right spot. It's great for learning the alphabet. Level 5 is this puzzle. It's a matching game, but the shapes are like, you know, like weird shapes, and so I still have to help him with this. He can't do it on his own. This is not a wooden puzzle, but it is a puzzle. It's for learning colors, but it's a bit harder for, you know, small hands to put it in the slot because it's a bit sticky. It's like hard for their hands to put it in. But this one is a great one if your child has mastered like all those other puzzles. Here are my top 5 tips. So number 1, make a clean space with only the puzzle in front of your child. If you have it on the floor with a bunch of other toys scattered around, it can be really distracting, and I found that my son gave up on doing the puzzle faster. Tip number 2 is to set them on a chair and put the puzzle on a table with nothing else on the table. Just the puzzle. Tip number 3 is to do it every day or almost every day, and the same puzzle or the same 2 puzzles that you're trying to have them finish. Tip number 4, if they don't want to do it, don't push them. Try to bring out the puzzle when they are in a good mood. They've eaten, they're well rested, they feel like playing, etc. Tip number 5, give them one piece of the puzzle at a time. In other words, don't let them have all the puzzle pieces while they're doing the puzzle. Once they are really good at that particular puzzle, then you can give them all the puzzle pieces. I used to just let my son have all the puzzle pieces, and he would just start playing with them and get distracted.